Welcome back. She's become as recognizable as her former boyfriend, Jeffrey Epstein. I'm talking about Ghislaine Maxwell. She's now getting her advocates back in a courtroom. A judge in New York heard oral arguments today in Maxwell's appeal of her conviction and 20-year prison sentence for trafficking underage girls in Epstein's sex abuse ring. Maxwell was not present for the hearing. As you know, she's behind bars at a minimum security prison in Tallahassee, Florida. Her lawyers, however, argued that she shouldn't be there. They say her trial in 2021 first of all, wasn't fair. Instead, they say she is simply a proxy and a scapegoat for Epstein, who died, as you know, by suicide in a New York jail 2 years earlier, so in 2019. The evidence presented focused mostly on a plea agreement with Epstein, which was entered back in 2008. That was with the government. So he pleaded guilty to state charges in Florida of soliciting and procuring a minor for prostitution and therefore avoiding a possible life sentence. Maxwell's attorney argued that the deal gave her immunity through a controversial non-prosecution agreement, or an NPA. So to break it all down, to get a better understanding, NewsNation's Caitlin Becker is live at the courthouse here in Manhattan with the very latest. Caitlin, can you tell us, what have you learned, and break down that NPA for us?
Elizabeth, that's really what this entire hearing today came down to. This non-prosecution agreement was part of Epstein's plea deal. It basically said any of his co-conspirators were protected from prosecution if he agreed to plead guilty. So Ghislaine Maxwell's attorneys are saying that therefore protected her from prosecution. But as we know, she was prosecuted and convicted for 5 federal crimes, including sex trafficking with some minors as young as 14 years old. But regardless of that fact, regardless of whether or not she is in fact guilty, her attorney says this plea agreement protects her. Take a look at what he had to say to NewsNation outside of court today.
The non-prosecution would have the case just dismissed, and as it should be, because if we allow the government to make deals with the citizens, with us, and then they decide for whatever reason they're going to rip up that plea agreement, rip up that deal, that handshake means nothing, then our whole system collapses.
And this really comes down to some minute language in this agreement. The prosecutors say that this only counted for the state of Florida and that she is fair game to be prosecuted here in the state of New York. But her team says it clearly said the United States of America, and that therefore her conviction should be overturned. So now we have to wait for this 3-judge panel to decide.
Yeah, I was looking at some of the nuances, like you mentioned, a lot of legalese, a lot of things that to the layperson actually is fairly confusing. But Caitlin, there was other points argued, right? I was surprised to hear about the jury.
Yeah, there are quite a few points that Ghislaine Maxwell's team is arguing. Today at oral arguments, we really only heard a fraction of that, and it focused on that NPA agreement. But this juror issue is something that in briefs her team is really focused in on. And essentially, a juror in her case didn't admit or come clean to the fact that they themselves had been sexually abused before. And her team says that is completely unfair and completely colored how they then viewed the trial. Arthur Adala, who is her attorney, actually spoke with us a little bit about that outside of court. Take a look.
It's all about being fair and impartial. And there are certain things that can happen in one's life that makes you unable to be fair and impartial. And that was the case in Ghislaine Maxwell's jury box and jury room. And he admits it. This isn't us guessing, well, maybe he played a heavier role. He said that he played a heavy role in there. And on that grounds, that would cause the case to be reversed and go back for a new trial.
So her team is trying a lot of different avenues to get this case either overturned or to get Ghislaine Maxwell another day in court, but it could be months until we get an answer. Elizabeth?
Oh, certainly. Caitlin, thank you so much for breaking all of that down for us.
Thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.